Welcome to the June 1st, 2009 Hope Report. I'm Aaron Klein. Today we bring you the true story of Operation Green RX. This is yet another operation by San Diego law enforcement focused on eliminating safe access to medical marijuana for legitimate patients in San Diego. In November of last year, the San Diego Police Department set up a house on Pico Street in Pacific Beach. These are Navy-owned houses. Can you tell? This house at 4736 Pico Street was rigged with surveillance cameras. This house was occupied by an officer who had visited his physician, reported a chronic health problem, and obtained a recommendation for medical marijuana. The officer then called several medical marijuana collectives in San Diego, joined their collective cultivation efforts, and asked that several of them deliver medicine to his house.
What's up? Okay, fine. Yeah, I guess. You think I'm going to rock you or something? You think I'm going to rob you or something? Hang on, let me grab all my shit over there.
After joining the collective and discussing the medicinal benefits of different strains, the undercover detective, while posing as a legitimate medical patient, requests that Eugene deliver medication to his house. What you are watching is your San Diego tax dollars at work, being used to set up a legitimate medical cannabis collective.
San Diego is not a great place for this, delivery service for nowadays. Yeah, I hear you. Local clips and Southeast. Cool. Thank you so much. Awesome. Nice to enjoy. Cool. Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Hey, can I give you help next week? Okay. Yeah, we're open. After the touchdown. All right. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Enjoy. All right, man. Take care, man. Thanks a lot.
Eugene did not take these charges lying down. While Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco, and Oakland have numerous medical marijuana dispensaries, San Diego continues to persecute anyone who attempts to help patients. Patients and caregivers are forced to address local lawmakers to demand the rights granted by other California counties.
Good morning. My name is Eugene Davidovich, and I have been a resident of San Diego for over 20 years. There are thousands of patients in San Diego today who rely on local dispensing collectives for their supply of medicine. The scarce economic resources we have in this city would be much better spent on working with patients to establish regulations rather than investigate, prosecute, and damage people's lives.
Mr. Davidovich, as long as you don't speak on the subject of medical marijuana, we'll be fine. If not, I'll be forced to cut you off.
These types of operations only hinder any efforts patients are making to follow the law. I ask you to please help change this environment of fear. Please read.
Sir, I'm going to have to cut you off. Thank you. Thank you.
The last couple of times I was here, I briefly spoke about Operation Endless Summer, or Green RX, and SB 420 and a law, and how a patient, if he lies to his doctor to obtain a recommendation for medical marijuana, they can be incarcerated for up to a year. Today, council members, I would like to tell you, so you can pass on to your constituents, that according to the District Attorney's Office, as stated in court, the San Diego Municipal Code, Chapter 4, Health and Sanitation, Article 2, Division 13, the Medical Cannabis Program, is not valid. And all the provisions, including the permissible amounts in Section 42.1308, are also not valid. If people cannot rely on the codes and the laws we have on the books today, then what are patients to do?
Tonight, 2 sailors are among those behind bars accused of selling drugs at military housing in San Diego.
The bust is a result of a 3-month undercover investigation known as
In
Operation
February of
Endless
this year, when
Summer.
federal
Eric
policy
Howland
towards
joins us
medical
live from
marijuana
Sarah Mesa
changed,
with more
the
on
DA
drug
was
sting
forced to
that
drop
has
out of
netted more than
Operation
2
Green
dozen
RX.
suspects. Eric.
This forced the San Diego Police Department and the district attorney to prosecute medical cannabis patients on their own without federal support. As a result, the operation's name was changed to Endless Summer.
Not saying where this undercover drug sting took place. It could have happened at several military apartment complexes across San Diego.
It's just shocking.
Drugs, cash, and weapons, all seized in a 3-month undercover sting in San Diego military housing.
It was a community outreach project that the community came to us and wanted to address problems with people dealing drugs around our servicemen and women and their dependents.
Operation Endless Summer started last fall when undercover agents bought small amounts of drugs.
$100, $200 at a time.
When the sting ended last month, authorities had purchased more than 2 pounds of crystal meth, a half pound of powder cocaine, and a gram of heroin. They also bought dozens of ecstasy and OxyContin pills, and they seized more than 400 marijuana plants and 6 pounds of pot.
I think the message here is clear. Don't mess with the military. We want to protect them like they're protecting us.
33 people now face felony drug charges, including 28-year-old Eugene Davidovich. He's one of 2 sailors arrested in the bust.
That's scary, thinking of them doing that while they're on the job.
Shauna Bento lives in military housing in Sarah Mesa. We don't know if undercover agents bought drugs here, but Shauna shudders to even think it could have happened in her community. Now, if convicted, these defendants could face anywhere from 16 months to 5 years in prison. Reporting live from Sarah Mesa, Eric Collins, San Diego 6 News.
When San Diego cracked down on dispensaries in 2006, collectives that had no storefronts offered medicine deliveries, provided by people like Eugene. These were the only way for San Diegans to get medicine without driving to Orange or LA County. Since his arrest, Mr. Davidovich has refused to accept a plea deal, along with at least 4 other medical marijuana providers who want their day in court. Today we are joined by Mr. Davidovich. So Eugene, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in San Diego.
Well, I moved here, my parents, when I was 8 years old. I've lived here for over 20 years, and went to elementary school, to middle school, high school here as well, after which I joined the service, joined the Navy, and served overseas on a ship in Japan for 3 of the 4 years of my service.
What personal consequences have you faced since the arrest? How has this affected you and your family?
Well, since the arrest, I had to resign from my job recently.
Very sorry to hear that.
My family has been torn apart by this, and it's caused some serious permanent damage to both my professional and my personal life that I don't think is reversible.
And do you feel that what you did was in any way illegal or immoral?
Absolutely not. I believe that what I was doing was not only legal, but was in fact immoral.
Despite Operation Green RX, Eugene, there's over 20 dispensaries operating in San Diego at this time. You think all of these people end up facing charges like you?
I certainly hope not, and this is actually one of the main reasons that I'm here with you today, is that I want to make sure that as many people out there know of the environment of fear created in San Diego by the district attorney and by our local law enforcement.
So you think, as well as the Hope Unlimited group thinks, that medical cannabis is a public health issue, not a law enforcement, shouldn't be a law enforcement issue?
Absolutely, it is not a law enforcement issue. It absolutely is a medical issue that should be addressed with patients. It should be addressed with doctors. It should be addressed with our health department and officials in those places, not the district attorney's office or our local detectives.
Sure. So how can people support you that are watching this video? How specifically, what can they do? What are some things they can do to support you?
Well, I would certainly appreciate support on June 8th. That is the next hearing in my trial. That's the date of the preliminary hearing, June 8th, 2008, in San Diego Superior Court, Department 11. That's 220 West Broadway, San Diego, California.
220 West Broadway.
San Diego, California, 92101, in Department 11
Department.
at 8:15.